United States Navy, and I was discharged as a third-class petty officer. The job classification was aviation electronics technician. I enjoyed London the most. First of all, there wasn't that much of a language problem, although we did learn a lot of terms that weren't used in the United States. The base that I was stationed at has been turned into the Royal Air Force Museum, and back in the early 2000s, we were on a cruise that ended up in London. This was a pleasure cruise, and my wife and I took her to Hendon to see the museum and where I'd been stationed. And unfortunately, there didn't appear to be anything left of what was there when I was there, not even the runway. But they certainly had examples of the planes and even of American station in London, particularly during World War II, which of course was a very stressful and different experience for the British than it was for the Americans during that time. They had stopped facilities sometime during the summer of 1953 in Korea, and because of the military buildup in view of the Korean War, there were probably a lot more servicemen than they would need in peacetime. I was given the opportunity to either extend my service, which would have been another 4 years, or I could have an honorable discharge, and I had to make a decision. The Congress had passed the GI Bill for Korean veterans, and I decided that maybe my career path should be in the civilians and go to college, which I had never even thought about when I was in high school. Having that opportunity, I decided to receive the honorable discharge and find my way to an education in a college path. Well, interestingly enough, I had spent quite a bit of time learning and working on gear that involved vacuum tubes. And when I got out of the service in October, I was able to get a job at the Bell Telephone Laboratories in Murray Hill, New Jersey. And I worked in a laboratory that developed gear for transcontinental TV distribution and radio. These were equipment in towers every 15 miles across the United States to take TV programs from New York all the way out to the other side of the country. The Bell Labs, in the summer before I started, announced the development of the transistor. As you know, the transistor has completely taken over the vacuum tube business, and all of that education I got about vacuum tubes only lasted several years after I was discharged from the service, when all of the electronic gear started changing to solid state rather than what is now old-fashioned vacuum tubes, which took a lot of energy and were often of short life. There's been a much improvement with the solid state, and I have no regrets about that, but fortunately my college education provided me another career path. I didn't have to rely on vacuum tube knowledge to earn a living.